15 September 2016, Tanki X stepped out of open beta, and along with it came an epic Tanki X trailer. That trailer is honestly one of the best tank animations I have ever seen in my life. It might even top them all. It has several hidden stuff in it awaiting to be discovered. So, today we will take a critical look at the Tanki X Cinematic trailer, revealing all that has been hidden for years. The tank of our hero, let's call him Greg, is being assembled in a frontier base or garage. There's no gap in the turret ring, which suggests that these tanks are indeed remote controlled. The screen shows the special features for the turrets. The first version of the Frontier logo, it evolved into these two later on. I like them all. Some kind of small antenna things. Vladimir talked about how he wanted to have antennas on the tanks. Decals and stickers, one of the very first promised features in the new Tanki, which we can see since it was in development, but it never made its way. Decals made their way to the game, but in the form of shot impacts on walls and such. Those are called decals or decal images in game development. The tank puffs smoke. This never happened in the game. It is happening in Tanki Online though, with Juggernaut and Viking Ultra skin. Powerful mode on the screen. I called him like that due to religious reasons. This could mean that he's a powerful Frontier mercenary, since we are seeing him in the Frontier base. I have a whole separate video on him which I made on the older channel. Luckily, it is one of the very few videos that I saved before the deletion. Expect to see it uploaded sometime in the soon TM future. Greg rolls on a highway. Highways and long roads like this are something we never saw in the Tanki universe, besides in the trailer and wallpapers of both TO and TX. Greg is rolling into Antaeus territory as we all know. I want to bring to your attention the massively futuristic and high tower scenery in front of him. This shows us that Antaeus are the ones who got all the money, just like the story tells us. On the other hand, we see that the scenery behind him is old, industrial and filled with factory-looking things. Frontier are the poor guys. Greg is attacked by two enemies. Are they Antaeus or not? I am asking because they don't have Antaeus stickers on their turrets. This makes me assume that they are some kind of bandits or outlaws. A third faction in other words. However, we will see more of this guy later. Greg uses speed boost, showing us one of the animations for supplies. I remember watching a parody of the trailer, and the guy said, "How could Thunder shoot twice this fast? No reload?" Something like that. The studio who made the trailer probably didn't know how Hammer functions. Alternativa didn't make the trailer, it was another studio. You can see that in the description of the trailer. I will talk more about this point in another video. I don't know why, but wasn't the Hornet in front of the Viking? How did the Viking suddenly pass the Hornet? I have a reason, which I will mention later. Greg activates increased damage and destroys his opponent with a headshot, where the turret flies off just like in the game. These enemies do have Antaeus stickers as you can see. The Smoky have an antenna as well. Greg have this longer antenna too. It looks like they put it only on the Smoky turret. The first Antaeus logo, which evolved into these two. I like the other two more honestly, as they show that Antaeus have the monopoly. Greg trespasses an Antaeus sector, which angers the three dudes from earlier. Let's look at this thing. It have these X markings, which might mean Tanki X. The world of Tanki X have a lot of X related things. X tanks, X crystals, and the game name itself. Then we can see a Smoky Hornet marking here. Pretty neat details. Greg activates enhanced armor and takes cover. Greg dudes and mercenaries from Frontier join in to back him up. Enhanced armor on Greg. Smoky's critical hit, but with Firebird sound effect for whatever reason. Comrade Camper to the rescue. Another Frontier mercenary out of nowhere, and our heroes enter the Antaeus complex. Let's go back a bit to the previous scene. I want to bring your attention to something. First we see the Antaeus guys in this order. Smoky, Thunder, and Twins. Everything is fine here and here, but suddenly Smoky and Thunder switched places, and the Thunder guy is way back behind the statue thing. I guess the reason for this and a few of the other animation mistakes is because this animation was done in multiple different files. I don't know about professional animating, but I assume that they don't make the whole animation in a single file. I guess that's true, because imagine making a 10-minute long animation in a single file. If anything happens to that file, you lose all of your work. Here are other minor animation mistakes that I noticed. Thunder doesn't have any muzzle flash from his shot in this scene. Is it just me or the twins' Hornet tracks are not moving? Didn't Greg enter the twins' Viking and Comrade Camper entered from another position to perhaps provide sniper support? Why do we see the twins Viking with Comrade Camper now? And yeah, let's continue from here. Tank skirts flapping and physics. Something Alternativa might have wanted to do in the game, but couldn't. Our heroes respawned. All of the enemies respawned too, including the Hammer Hornet, which didn't have an MTS decal. This Ricochet Viking doesn't turn his turret. Watch my guide, son. This Smoky Viking appeared out of nowhere. Maybe he is the one we saw earlier, but he changed his paint? Who knows? And that's it. I wanted to do this video when Tanki X was online, but I always procrastinated it. There are several other videos that I wanted to do when Tanki X was online, but I procrastinated them. I'm not sad about this. Doing this actually made me notice more stuff in the trailer that I didn't notice before, thus leading to a better video with more content to share with you, fellow mercenaries. This also means that my other tank related videos will have more content to share, yeah? One more thing, despite me mentioning the mistakes of this animation, I want you to know that I am in mad love with this animation. The studio did an amazing job in putting it all together, and I just wanted to bring your attention to the things that I noticed. If I had to rate this trailer, I'd give it a solid 10 out of 10. There's more stuff I want to discuss about the trailer, but I will do so once I have all of the resources available with me. If there's anything you noticed that I didn't mention, go ahead in the comments and share it with us. We'll be in touch again.